Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, now. Like 80.
3 bud.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Mike's 50. And we heavy on the edges,
First down, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Well, several media outlets thought Andy Isabella was the top receiver in this year's class out of UMass. He dominated his senior year there. 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. They really say that he can just take a top off the defense. He ran a 4.31 40 at the Combine, 3rd fastest of all attendees. And when he was taken 62nd, a lot of experts think he was a major bargain with loads of potential. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Get the flag. Hey, eat. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Watch 98. 98's the mic. I'm off. You better bring it. Under crunch. Go. Motion.
Throwing is Murray on third down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They have 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mike's 50.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray able to find Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year was at Texas A&M, then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Murray now on 1st down. Open man, Butler complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Murray to air it out again. Screenplay, Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 26. It's just me.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Charles Clay with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Steeler 1st down. Two
1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go jet sweep. Washington with it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. He'll field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Watch 98. Watch 98.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. This one caught by Isabella. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella. 83 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 1st and 10 is Connor. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 39, Roethlisberger. It's caught by Moncrief. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
And the Steelers first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Connor. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at their 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
What we got? What we got? Alert flare, flare, flare. Out, 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 out.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. His throw incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
And the Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 10. Now Roethlisberger. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Kocher, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 38-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Zoom, zoom. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Rip left, 26.
second down. Murray sets to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Murray now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Murray now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's first and 10.
I'm coming after you. Mark 55. Mark 55.
Murray now on first down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona. First
and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Murray now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's first and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella as the first half is winding down. Here the Cardinals push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
David Johnson on his way. The 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. Washington's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call.
Hey, watch 85. Watch 85. 26, Mike. 26, Mike. Ain't no such thing as a look.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
They went with the dive lift with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Johnson. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Murray's pass complete to Butler. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down now, it's Johnson. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Hey, come on. You can't block me. You can't block me. Tight dog.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Hey, watch the screen. Monday. Watch the screen. Rush in. Rush in.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Jordan Hicks. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Watch that in. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Roethlisberger will throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will get him one closer. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check, 55.
On first and 10, here's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now this time, Murray to throw it. Screen play, Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey, let's get in that hole. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. You don't want none. 26 on the ball.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And I'm coming
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
3 bucks.
First down, Murray. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
26 Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Set, ready. 15 on it.
Rabbit.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. 26.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray able to find Isabella. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
That's another Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, we got 3, three down, 3 down.
Now.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Ready, ready.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Ready, ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go. 50, plant.
I'm here all day.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Arizona, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.